Alright guys, we're on. I think. If anyone's listening, let me know if you can hear me or not. I'm not sure whether it's working through my headphones or not. But I just want to wrap up what's today? So today's Tuesday night, so it's effectively day 4, day 3 of actual training. And it's 9:30, about 9:30 p.m. on Tuesday night, and I'm feeling absolutely trashed. So, Sunday when I got in on Saturday night, I just tried to get to bed. Sunday was an open mat with Jason at Matt Serra's gym. Not the toughest session in the world. Then moved on from there to Monday doing the double at Henzo's, doing the AM session and then the noon session. My goal was to get a third session in at the Bronx that night, but I was already beat up and I woke up sore this morning. I'm happy I didn't do that third session, else today would have been a write-off, I think. So then today was about 10 o'clock. I went out on the Long Island Railroad, that's what they call it, from out of Penn Station here, over behind me, big Penn Station below MSG there. And went out, it's about 45 minutes on the train, probably equivalent of about Penrith to the city. And did the day session. There's a day session, like a closed group session that Jason does with a bunch of really good guys. There's Nick Ronan himself. There's JC was there today. JC's another world-class guy. There was a Mendez bro black belt that was there. He was good as well. And then other guys from Jace trains with, they were just all sharp. So that was the lunchtime session, and it's so hot here. I cannot express the humidity. So it's like 30 degrees, which for back at home is not rough, but 30 degrees here, I feel like it's like 100% humidity. And mixing that with jet lag still, not quite sleeping, and then working with world-class guys, I'm just feeling trash. Like I'm having trouble getting through all the rounds in training sessions, which is never an issue for me at home. So it's just such a hard time. So then it was just a matter of getting some food and getting back together. And then 6 p.m. tonight, I stayed out at Jason's at Long Island. And this truck about to kill somebody over there. Yes, the 6 o'clock session there is run by Jason, and he it's a no-gi session. It's all fairly advanced guys mainly, and it was awesome again. But I was just trashed, like sweating more than normal. I felt like I was going to have heat stroke. There's no AC in the gym, so the gym was magnified even more. It's probably like 40 degrees, but just 100% humidity. It's literally like a rainforest. The sweat's just dripping off you like you've got a bottle of water poured over you. And the quality of training was really good. The guys there are really sharp, and Jason's done a fantastic job with them. On the mat was Matt Serra was there. He was in tonight. Didn't get a chance to train with Matt tonight, but I'm not a lot of good to people right now. I was so trashed. Chris Weidman, the former middleweight champ, super nice guy. Got a good chance to chat with him. Didn't roll with him, but I will over the next few days. Another Marab Davishvili, I think is his name. Trained with Marab tonight. He's good. He's just like a solid MMA grappler that's sort of tough to submit and tough to move around. So a bunch of MMA guys in that class. Some really good guys that Jason's got in there. A couple of their black belts that are sharp grapplers. So tonight just was enough to completely trash me between that. So I've just got the train back into Manhattan. So I'm in now, back in Manhattan. There's MSG up behind me here. I think you see that behind me. I think that's a Chrysler building, but I'm not too sure actually. I'm a little bit unsure with the big buildings here at night time, but if I turn this around, get a chance to see up on the corner there, that's the New Yorker. That's actually where I'm staying. So that's the New Yorker. That's West 33rd. It's up on 34th. And then if you go down the block that way, down to about 30th, you get to and swing a left. That's where the gym is. That's where Henzo's is. So that's that's really close. That's when I'm going to be back tomorrow. That's when I'm going to be back tomorrow morning. So tomorrow morning we'll be back to the double at Henzo's. So the 8 a.m. session with John Danaher, and I'll just spin you back around, guys. 8 a.m. session with Danaher, then hang around, try and put myself back together. Then the noon session with Danaher, And then I do have the option to head out and do the 6 p.m. session again at Jason's out at Long Island. So I'll see how I'm going. Thursday here is the 4th of July. Apparently for Americans that's important. Not sure what they did then, something, but yeah, that's going to kind of affect training. So there'll still be sessions running, but I may even stay in Long Island. So things are. I'll just start moving back to the hotel, guys. But things are going well, but I'm just having trouble adapting to this heat. Obviously, it's always rough on the body when you go into a room full of world-class guys, and I'm not hiding in the corner, and because I kind of know Jason and a few of the other guys, I'm training with all of them, so I'm not having rounds where I'm just kind of playing around. Like every round is rough, like it's hard going. And I'll spin you guys around so you can see as I'm walking here. Yeah, so every round is just tough, hard work. So by the end of it, you're just trashed and I'm beat up, but I got to make sure I get the balance right between getting as much training as possible, but not beating myself up where I'm stuck not being able to do sessions because of how exhausted I am. So it's a bit of a fine line right now. I'm hoping I can get on to kind of New York time. I slept a little better last night. I'm hoping tonight I can sort of sleep normally. I feel like I'm about ready to go to bed, even though it's middle of the day back in Australia. So that really takes a lot. It's sort of hard to appreciate. A lot of people say they don't experience jet lag, but what I often say to them is you probably haven't had to go somewhere, especially literally the other side of the world, and then perform at literally like a world-class level with guys. So I feel like that takes it out of you more than if you're just traveling. You go to Europe and then you kind of wander around and drink some beer and have a rest when you feel like it. It's just very different. But not complaining. It's just been phenomenal. It's been absolutely phenomenal since I've been here. If anyone ever gets a chance to come to Manhattan, I would highly recommend it. Have a chat to me. I'm kind of a local now. I say that tongue-in-cheek because I'm really only a local from Midtown here, but the rest of it I'm not seeing much of other than sweaty gyms. But I hope everyone's going good back at home. Enjoy winter, guys. I'd rather be there in winter with you than here in this super humid weather. But hey, I'm doing the thing and bringing back some info for you guys. So talk soon. Hope everyone's enjoying this and catch us. Bye.